All right, guys, so I'm going to show you the boxes with the actual dimensions that were given and then what I ended up with. And I hope this saves you a lot of headache. So these are for the GE's GE front loads. I'll put the part numbers in the description or in the video so you know it's the exact same one. But let's see, it may even be, it's probably, yeah, it's right here. So here's the part number for the dryer that I'm talking about, GFD65GS-PNSN. And then let's get the part number for the washer. See if it's on the other side of the box. Okay, for the washer, it's GF650SPNSN. Part of that number is probably just going to be the color, white versus tan. Okay, so here's what's so annoying now that we got the part numbers out of the way. So when I ordered these washer and dryers, they were going to come in just a few days before I was going on vacation. And I said, hey, I'm just going to pay a little extra to have these guys bring them in, haul them in, install them on the pedestals, and just go ahead and put them in, which is normally something I'd do myself, but I didn't want to mess with it. And so they were delivered, and they came, and they told me that the guys came and they said, oh, they're like, we have an issue. We see this all the time. They said, your cabinets are too low. So once we put this washer and dryer on the pedestal, it's going to be too tall. I'll come over here and show you. It's going to be too tall to go under your cabinets. So they basically delivered them and said, hey, if we're going to install it, and you can see it here installed on the pedestal, which I did. They said, if we're going to install them, just call us back. We'll come back out after you move your cabinets, and then we can put them back in. I'm like, okay, what a hassle. And then I was getting ready to go on vacation, so they just kind of sat in boxes in my garage here for a little bit. So lo and behold, I get home. I removed my cabinets. I did some painting on the wall. I moved the cabinets back up like the 4 inches that I was going to need based on the box dimensions. And then I go to install the washer and dryer, which I have the washer in the house right now. And here's I have the dryer in the house right now. Here's the washer installed on the pedestal. And what happened is once I get it all hooked up on the pedestal, I actually come up with a height of 55.5 inches for both the dryer. So you can see there, the dryer actual was 39.5. My total install on the pedestal was 55.5 inches. And the washer was exactly the same, 55.5 inches. What really makes me angry is you look at the box, and this is what the install guys, the reason they didn't install it when they were here, is it says that the height of this washer or dryer is 43.6 inches. So that's ridiculous. That's 4 inches difference, and that would have meant the difference of me not having to move my cabinets and do all that screwing around. So what I've found is the dimension given on this is kind of ridiculous, because I think what it does is it's the dimension with the legs fully extended. And on this install, on the pedestal, you don't even use the washer or dryer legs. You use the legs on the pedestal for adjustment. And I currently have mine all the way screwed in. I didn't need to do any special leveling with them. But it's just crazy, it seems, that I guess that's the dimension they give you, but it seems like the installer guys would have known that, or they just didn't feel like installing them or something. But so anyway, I had rescheduled the install, and but then I'm like, I ain't waiting for them to come back, so I'll do it myself and get a refund. The other one I haven't brought in the house yet. So once I get these both in the house, I'll show you how they look overall. But the main reason I wanted to do this video is just so you guys can get an idea of the complete installed height. So you don't have to have this hassle. The only thing that I found was accurate on the box was the pedestal, which it says it's 16 by 28 by 29. That's accurate. I guess my last question for these guys at GE is they gave you this 43.6 inches height for the dryer, Well, then how come the washer, they didn't have a 43-inch dimension from the washer? They had 39 and 2/3. I don't know what measurement class they went to that they actually used 2/3, but that's just crazy. If it was going to be the same thing where you're extending the feet to get that 43, then why aren't they the same? So in essence, we ended up with the exact same install, even though the box dimensions show something completely different. So you can't really rely on those. I can promise you these heights are correct with the legs fully inserted. So let me show you guys a little bit about how these pedestals are installed. It was fairly easy and straightforward. You'll just want to lay out, I had the boxes laid out on the floor flat so you don't mar anything up. But what you need to do is, the first thing is there's a bracket, there's 2 front brackets that go on the pedestal, and then there's 2 rear brackets that go on the pedestal on each side. And then you also want to make sure that the feet on your appliance, these feet right here, are fully dialed in. And then also you can see under in between there's 2 foam pads that provide some of the cushion and the anti-vibration, I think, between the washer and the pedestal. So you don't remove those stay. So then once you get those brackets installed on the pedestal, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay down the washer or the dryer on its backside, and then you're gonna install, there's a kind of a hook bracket here that goes on the washer in the front, and then there's one that goes in the back. And then what you do is this pedestal will hook into that, the female hook on the pedestal will hook into the male hook on the washer or dryer, kind of hang there, and then you insert the 4 bolts. And I think they came with some button head bolts. They're a little bit more finished looking, but I wasn't going to try to use an Allen or whatever. I wanted to get more torque on them that I could get with my socket, so I just use those. So that's kind of how the install of that works. And then there's quite a bit of space inside here, and they just have a plastic divider that goes in there. And then you can see the feet on these are pretty nice. They're pretty substantial, and they screw in nice. And on the dryer that I already have in the house, it was level, and I have them completely. I'm not using any of the leg. It's just all up in there. I don't have any of it extended. One other thing I want to point out to you guys on the installation of this washer, when it comes to you, it has these huge bolts right here, these shipping bolts that are in the back. Okay, so that goes in there, and then they just had the cord secured in here. But what this does is this keeps the drum from moving during shipping. So obviously the drum isn't going to spin with these bolts in. I've just left 2 of them in, so when I move it into the house on the dolly, it still stays secure. And then before I move it into its final position, I'll remove those last 2. So you'll have to make sure that you remove those. And these were quite large. These came out with a 3/4 inch socket is what fit on there. Okay guys, so here we are, as promised. Here's the look on the inside of the house. So you can see we're at 55.5 inches. And you can see that the washer and dryer are at the same height. These are on a fairly level floor. Well, I think level floor. So obviously that could vary if you need to use the feet for something different. But the bottom line is, if you were to use the theoretical dimensions on the box to plan for these, you're going to be out of luck. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys. Washer and dryer have been working well, so I can recommend them, but hopefully you have a little better luck than I did. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, Tennessee Yankee. Thanks for watching. If you found this content helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on your right. I have other content linked for you on the left side. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching.